The genre I'd say I was in was underground house music. There's so many genres and subgenres, but I like to call it just underground house music. My own music, I'd say, was all kind of groove-based. It's not too much of the commercial mainstream, not too many vocals and top leads, but it's all about the groove and the underground and getting that vibe on the dance floor. Well, I've got two older brothers, and they were kind of emerging in the rave scene when it was back in the kind of late 90s, and they kind of got me into the dance music. And then I kind of grew up with the drum and bass scene and the house music joined side by side, and then I speared off and went off to the house music, and that's where I kind of started my career seriously. Oh, to DJ, it would have been a culmination of my friends and my brothers, and I used to go around to my friend's house in the evening after school, and we'd go back and we'd have a jam on the decks, and that kind of how all that took off. And then a good friend of mine called Tom Starr, I don't know if you've heard of him, he's in the EDM scene now, he got me into production, and then I went to college to access to music, and I studied it for 4 years there, and that kind of kicked me on and made me realise that I could take this in for the rest of my life. The very first major party that I went to was actually the Millennium Party at Don Valley Stadium in England, and that was like 25,000 people, Chemical Brothers live, Judge Jules, and that was just an eye-opener for me. From then on, I wanted to be playing. I didn't want to be on the dance floor, I wanted to be behind the decks. Been working with Dawley in the studio for a couple of years now, so it made sense to start making music together. So as he lives over in LA and I'm in Leeds in England, the studio time is very limited. So before he came over, I started to play around with a few ideas. I got some new soft synths, one called Diva, where I started making the lead sound for Swamp Donkey, and I'd get a couple of basic good ideas ready to go for him to come in the studio. So when he came over from LA, we were there ready to rock. Things, we would just bounce off each other in the studio because we know each other quite well. It all fell into place quite naturally, and we're over the moon that the first collaboration we've done got signed to Hot Creations, which is obviously a very influential label within the scene.